Qantas Airlines has some of the worst reviews for an airline I have ever seen in my life. I mean, these are just brutal. Looking at the recent ones. 1 out of 10, a disappointing experience. One of the worst flight experiences of my entire life. 1 out of 10, staff were rude and dismissive. 2 out of 10, Qantas is a national disgrace and makes me feel ashamed to be an Australian. But somehow it was also rated a top 20 airline in the world in 2023, and that just doesn't make sense to me. So to get to the bottom of this, I booked a 10-hour international flight to experience it for myself. But before I can leave Japan, there's a couple things I have to get done. Finish packing my life into these boxes. Figure out how to ship these boxes to America, which I've heard is borderline impossible. Clear up this mountain of fan mail. And finally, make it to Haneda Airport to figure out what's really going on with Qantas Airlines. Packing and shipping boxes at the end of the season is usually not an issue, but this is international shipping, and this is a customs form. We have to fill out description of goods, everything that's in the box. We have to put in the origin of each item, the unit value of each item. They're gonna go through this and rigidly check it from what I've been told. So I have to make an itemized list of everything that's in all of these boxes, and that's gonna take a while. All right, everything's pretty much packed up except for these gloves right here. This one is gonna be signed for the Baystar's front office. Trevor Bauer version, yabai. My speechwriter for the Hero Awards, Kamichitani, all the Japanese phrases, taught me everything I know, so he's getting actually one of my favorite gloves, the Iron Man glove. Outside of that, everything's pretty much packed, so let's check out some of this fan mail. It makes me feel so welcome and so loved, so thank you all so much. And I really feel bad that I can't get back to everyone that sends me fan mail, but I mean, just look at how much stuff. There's just no way that I'm gonna get through all this. I did want to highlight a couple of them, so. To Mr. Trevor Andrew Bauer, hello, how do you do? I'm cheering you forever, then goodbye. He sent some like squishy and wants me to sign these. So we're gonna do that. We have a typed out letter right here. The message at the bottom says, I write this letter with ChatGPT because my English is not good. If this letter is not perfect, excuse me and AI. As a token of my appreciation and support, I would like to send you a gift, an original hand towel from my onigiri shop. And because it's green, it's gonna go perfectly in my house at Christmas time as a reminder of my time in Japan. I noticed a hat you were wearing in one of your photos, and I was wondering if you could consider selling that particular hat on your website. That hat is available on my website, trevorbauer.com. Unfortunately, it's not the full fitted one because we can't stock fitted hats, but we do have the closest thing to it, which is the snapback, which will be a good size for everybody. And this thing is cool, look at this. We have a Snorlax eye mask, which I will definitely be wearing every single night from now on. Someone sent me Pokemon origami. We got Jigglypuff, we got Pikachu, a green Erickson, we got a blue Erickson. Like I said, I can't get to all of them, but for those of you who sent me fan mail throughout the year, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Couple questions I have though. Is it detailed enough? Too detailed? And then at the bottom, I just sum up the yen, right? So it's currently 1 o'clock. Our flight's in 8 hours and it just got delayed, but Qantas Airlines did send us a text letting us know that it is delayed. That's nice, very convenient of them. So even though we wrote literally everything that's inside the box, they're still gonna call and ask what's inside the box. I can see why it's such a pain in the butt to ship. There goes my life in boxes off to customs. Hopefully it gets to where I need it to go. Just for lives only. This one? See how Qantas Airlines is on check-in here. Not much of a line.
Yeah, aren't these cool that to put your bag into the lift?
Yeah.
Do you have a Australia visa? If you don't have one.
How do we get it? So apparently we need to apply for an electronic travel visa to Australia. It's currently 7:14. Our plane's supposed to leave at 9. It's delayed though, leaving at 10 supposedly. So we might not make it. Plain contrasting background and ensure there is no glare or shadow in the applicant's face. All right.
Contrast background.
Yes, Kogi. Okay, Rachel said this works as a contrasting background.
Here, take your hat off.
Is it my hat? I can wear a hat. It worked. Good find on the suitcase though. Check for existing visas. Do I have an existing visa? I'm glad we got here early and our flight's delayed. But now it says it's gonna take up to 12 hours to process our application, which is not gonna get us.
I got my visa. If you don't get yours, I'll let you know how it is.
That's so rude. For someone who put us in this position in the first place by not checking, I don't have mine yet.
I kept going like this and then I...
Okay, visas are granted. Now, can we make it on the flight? Can I have my passport?
You don't want your Kit Kat?
I do, but I want my passport first so I can make sure that I...
Ryu, Kogi, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Yep, Kogi, thank you for everything.
We need to
Bye. Thank you. We're through. We're into the airport. We made it in time. Why is this the first store we had to come to?
duty free. I just want to go see some perfume.
Why am I being drugged in here?
I don't want to lose you. You end up getting into trouble somewhere.
I thought we were gonna like go to the Qantas lounge. Okay, so we have a business class ticket, right, Chalupa? How much did the business class ticket cost from Japan to Australia?
A little over 4,000 one way.
We did book it last minute, so you could probably get it cheaper than that, right?
Like this was a cheaper business class ticket.
We're gonna find out what Qantas Airlines has to offer for 4,000 business class ticket. The first thing is you get to go to this Qantas lounge. It's a partner lounge. It's not even their own lounge. How was the security process? Ooh, vending machines with food in them. Hold on. Let's just see where were these vending machines when we did that video? They have like sandwiches and like bread. Look at this. Unfair. I could have eaten so well out of vending machines if these were around. If you haven't seen that video already, I tried to eat vending machine food for 24 hours and stay on my diet. You can check it out right up here. Yeah. All right, let's check out this Qantas lounge. Okay, I know nothing about alcohol, but they have some alcohol. Got some snacks, pastries, breads. We got some coffee, got some juices. Okay, we got our own lounge app. You can book a shower room with this service for free.
You get showered, ready for bed, and then get on your flight.
All right, let's see what kind of food they have. Try out the fish and chips. Got a notification that my meal is ready. Took about 5 minutes.
Enjoy your movie.
I'm a little rusty with a fork after using chopsticks for 7 months. Don't get me wrong, love the fact that we get food for free. It wasn't the best fish and chips though. I've had better lounge food and I hardly ever come to airport lounges. Just made a booking for the shower room, but there's 30 people wait. So probably not gonna get in before our flight. They might need more showers. It's time to go board our plane and there's still 22 people in line ahead of me. So no shower at the lounge for me. Unfortunate end of the season for sure.
He was actually talking about hoping he would meet you and end up in one of your blogs.
Oh really?
Before we came to Japan.
Well, let's put you on the vlog. What's your name?
Tyler Jackson.
Tyler, and you are?
I'm Elliot.
Elliot.
I started becoming a fan back when I, got into the Dodgers, and you started playing. Obviously, you got signed.
Gotcha. So I appreciate you guys. You headed back home.
We visited Tokyo Dome today, the museum.
That's sick. Did you guys go on the roller coaster, like little theme park around? What do you think? Qantas Airlines so far, security, 1 out of 10. What would you rate it?
Security.
Yeah, the experience and security.
Canada's security. It's not Qantas. You got stopped.
Yeah, I got stopped. I had scissors that were 1/2 centimeter too long in my bathroom bag, apparently. That's not really Qantas, though. How was the Qantas lounge? You're a lot more experienced with lounges than I am. I fly Southwest. They don't have lounges, all right? So
The experience I have with partner lounges is they're not quite as nice. And
does that docket points that it's not their lounge specifically?
for a lounge, I give it like a 6.
Food was okay, nothing special. I would consider it just average food, maybe even slightly below average food for what I would expect out of a lounge, although I have no experience. But they were very nice. I left my boarding pass in the lounge, and by the time I got to the gate to ask if I could get a new boarding pass, the people in the lounge had already brought my boarding pass to me. 6 out of 10 is a good rating for the lounge experience. What's your goal?
You come back with an Australian accent.
Got like 12 days to do it. You think you can pick that up? Give the vlog your best current Australian accent, and we'll compare it.
I don't know, mate. G'day, mate.
Say C-A-I-R-N-S.
Kens.
Where's the R?
Australian accent. How do you say your state, country, not country, state, city? I don't know what it is. Is it a state?
It would be a city. Cairns is a city.
But so like.
Thanks so much. G'day, how's it going? What one were you in?
7E.
Oh, up here, there you go.
So this is home for the next 10 hours. Let's see what we got. A little pouch, 2 pillows, 2 blankets. This one is made from 20 plastic bottles. Water, some headphones. Let's see how our leg room is. Can I stretch my legs all the way? Okay. Got a infotainment. We have a full menu to be able to choose our breakfast and I guess we don't get dinner, breakfast. Do we get dinner? I think they feed us now, right? And then they feed us in the morning. Let's see what's in this bag. What do we got? We got a sleep mask right here. Socks. Earplugs. dental kit, so this is probably a toothbrush. It's Qantas toothbrush. Hand cream, face cream, lip balm. Definitely preparing us to sleep, which will be nice on an overnight flight. Vlogger duties on pause, photographer duties on go. Let me see the camera, Chalupa. What do you want?
Don't dare.
Session for a first card just beside you. If you get a chance to fill it.
Cheers.
Kanpai.
Kanpai. I think we can say we're going back to English. Konyo.
Australian cheers. Cheers, mate. Oh, we missed. Pinky off, Chalupa, not pointer.
I'm not pretentious.
What a statement.
Would you like some pajamas?
Sure, I'll take some pajamas. Sounds great. 0.5.
Yeah, here, grab your pajamas.
Thank you.
That's okay.
I have to try these on in a second. Where can people see my photography work?
At
Hi everyone, we are paging the following customer.
No Instagram plug for Chalupa. Check Rachel out on Instagram if you want to see my photography portfolio. That's where all my best pictures are displayed.
pajamas, which is nice. Qatar gives you pajamas that are great. So I've never had pajamas with Delta.
My favorite airline, Southwest, I've never had pajamas. I've never been served a meal. Never had pillows. They took pillows away. They used to give blankets and pillows,
Yeah,
and then
back
they
in the
took
day.
those away.
Hi everyone, it's great to welcome you on board. The service supervisor and the crew will be looking after you tonight.
Fully reclined.
We'd like to welcome back our Qantas and One
It'll be comfortable enough to sleep.
非常に危険にお世話のお客様で USB ポートは離陸をご使用くださいますようお願い申し上げます。
That's crazy. I clearly don't fly business class enough because I've never seen. Oh, cool thing though is if you don't want it, you can just like undo it. Don't know how I feel about it yet. Gonna have to see how comfortable it is when I try to lay down. So we just took off, and honestly, everything on the flight's been really great so far. I need a light. Where's the light? Is that better? Yeah. Oh, that's weird. The staff's been super friendly. Two devastating things just happened that might ruin the entire experience for me. Number one, very pleasant conversation with the flight attendant, and I asked her a very important question. How do you pronounce the word C-A-I-R-N-S? And I believe it was pronounced Cairns. Rachel said it was pronounced Kens. And what did she say, Rachel?
Ken's.
No R. And now I have to listen to Rachel gloat for the rest of time. Also, the other devastating thing is there's no Wi-Fi on this plane as of yet. That's gonna ruin the entire trip.
Starting next year, I think we're introducing it. So
Okay.
like, yeah,
Coming soon.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I've been listening to this YouTube channel called Momentum. You guys should check it out. I'll put the link right here. Dinner time. We got some bread and salad. Pretty typical fare, but the salmon, the presentation. I mean, look at this. For airline food, I've had better salmon, but not on an airplane. Flavorful, not too dry. Now, some people in the reviews were saying that the food service on Qantas Airlines is disgraceful. I've found it to be anything but. The staff has been incredible. Is it because I'm in business class? Maybe. I got no problem. So I gotta say I disagree with that review. Well, if there's no Wi-Fi on the plane, then the in-flight entertainment better be up to par. Are they noise canceling? Have you used them? Okay, listen, we'll test them out. She said she's gonna turn the lights off and asked if that would be annoying for filming. I mean, that's good customer service in my opinion. Like, what if I said yeah? And she was just like, oh, okay, we won't turn the lights off for everybody else because it's gonna be annoying for you filming. Yeah, I'll take a picture. Comfortable headphones, audio quality's good, enough to drown out the plane noise. Could just, you know, lose yourself in Fast X for a while. But time to try the pajamas on. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Long sleeves, long pants, very comfortable. Not like the most soft material, of course, but I honestly can't remember the last time I wore pajamas. It must have been as a kid. Oh, and I did lie. The bed actually does recline all the way. Quite nice indeed. Now, normally I would never do this, but the reviews online did say that the flight attendants were rude and would refuse to help with basic inquiries. But did you know that in business class, if you ask them to, they will make your bed for you? They'll literally take the pillows and the comforters and everything and make your bed for you. Check this out. I don't know what the reviewers were talking about. Super cool, actually, that these things turn into like actual beds. Time for a short but good night's sleep. I'm comfy now. We'll see how I feel about it when I wake up. Good night.
It's out cold. With this relaxed sleeping mask.
Morning vlog. Breakfast is served. Not sure exactly what we have. We got some fruit and some muesli, a croissant, bread with an egg, we got some orange juice, and something else. I don't know. I'm gonna dig in and see how it is. Before I went to sleep, I marked on the little breakfast card to please wake me up, like an hour and a half before we land. They came around, they woke me up 45 minutes before landing. Quality service. Fruit is fresh. Croissant's good. Not like fresh croissant in France in the morning good, but I mean, not stale either. What is this though? But did you get this thing? What is quiche? Is it egg? No idea. It's alright. I think there's some milk in it. Usually it's pretty good. Alright, what happened, Chalupa?
I'm still half asleep. I thought this was oat milk that I did get for my coffee. So I started pouring it in, and then I realized it's a pineapple energy drink or something. Would not recommend, but you won't die.
Last night before we went to sleep, we asked our flight attendant, who's from Australia, what are some things that locals do that tourists wouldn't do. Didn't know if she'd remember or not. She's got a lot of people to take care of. And this morning, she just delivered this piece of paper right here. It's like 8 different suggestions on it. I mean, didn't have to do that. She remembered though. Pretty good service. Just touched down in Australia. Smooth landing. No bumps along the way. Very safe feeling flight. Thank you. She was our flight attendant. She was extremely helpful, very sweet, very kind. So after a long 10-hour flight, we just made it to our hotel. We wanted to recap how our experience lined up with some of those terrible, awful, no good reviews. Complaint number 1 seemed to be the staff. I think my experience was completely opposite to that.
The staff on the flight I thought was great.
Something else people said, flight attendants refused to help with basic inquiries and were rude and dismissive.
Your flight attendant went like above and beyond.
This one couldn't be further from the truth for me.
I feel like I gotta give it a 9.
Second complaint there was the passengers were not notified of delays. Yeah, we got all the notifications. We were notified 3 times, I think, that the plane was delayed. That part was very good, but it must be said the flight was delayed. an hour and a half about. People complained of long lines.
I did not like how they boarded. There were no like groups, so it was just like a massive line even for like business class.
I think there were long lines, but they were efficient, so give it a passing grade for me. One person says that the entertainment on the flight didn't work. This is a 10-hour flight with no Wi-Fi. Like, you're getting minus points for that. Sometimes it's broken, like they have it, but it's not working. That happens, I get that. This flight didn't even have Wi-Fi. The entertainment system, though, I thought was fine. The screen was big.
Again, caveat, we flew business. They were really big screens. They were really nice.
Headphones were nice. The quality, I thought the sound quality was fine. It kind of drained out the sound of the plane. If you had to give overall rating,
I'm giving an 8.
I don't know what these people were reviewing.